Yo, I don't really want to be known as an SR YouTuber, guys, but I felt like I had to jump on here this morning because I've had a download and I want to share it with you guys. So, a lot of SR YouTubers you might watch to get inspired, to stay motivated, to hear their perspective on things. They can make videos about attraction stories, right? Everyone knows you're magnetic when you're on retention. People just gravitate towards you. Men and women both treat you differently, but specifically women, okay? And if you come from a place of like deep addiction to doing the deed, whacking the beanstalk, you're gonna be like deeply wired to 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 go ahead and do that, right? Even in your sleep, it's gonna appear because when you cut that off, your body's like, what the hell? Okay, I know it's a mental addiction. It's not like smoking cigarettes or like yeah, other stuff. You don't get like physical withdrawals. Well, you might do in the term of like anger and energy, but that's probably for another day to talk about. So when you're rewiring, you're gonna get these, let's say, these things are gonna happen when you're asleep. They're gonna happen when you're asleep. I don't know if it's rewiring, and I don't know if it's because you've sort of like been like ruminating on like lustful thoughts in the day. All right, I can't decide. But there's one thing I think is gonna make it 10 times more likely for you to have a wet dream, okay, and release unconsciously. And that's staying in and around the whole attraction thing, right? If I'm retaining and I'm getting magnetic, then that means women are just gonna flock to me, like listening to all these stories. Okay, like I'm guilty. I've looked into it because I wanted to prepare. I wanted to understand what I was getting myself into. But once you've understood it, there's really not much more to understand. You don't really need to go much deeper because you understand what's gonna happen. Why do you need to hear everyone's story? Why do you need to hear when someone went out for a coffee, there was some chick staring at them salivating, like looking sideways and shit. Like everyone knows that that's what happens. Why do you need to keep hearing it? Okay? If that's your intention, cool. Like do your thing. But some of us are on like something bigger here, right? Some of us are on this for like, a lot of energy, to like look deep inside of ourselves, to adjust our like consciousness, like whatever. It's a bit woo woo. All right, some of us are in deep holes, okay, and some of us are trying to get out of deep holes. um so when, yeah, you're listening to these stories, you're leaving the back door open to lust and lustful thoughts. And this might be a bit controversial, but if you're someone that used to like whack the beanstalk at nighttime, right, and then you're watching these attraction stories at nighttime, like hearing about all these girls and all these experiences and how like we nearly hooked up but we didn't, and yada yada yada, like you're basically doing the same thing as watching that adult content before you go to sleep. Do you understand? So that puts you back into the thought pattern of lust, of temptation, of longing, right? Bad cycle to be in. And honestly, guys, this is something I've just realized, okay? It's just a download I've had, it's an experience I've lived. So, with that being said, do whatever you want. I'm just sharing my opinion here. All right, I don't know anything. Like I'm on like an 11-day streak right now. Had a wet dream, and I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, what is this about? Like, I feel like a failure. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, who the fuck? I was just mad. I was just mad when I woke up. Um, and some people are like, oh, it's not a relapse, yada yada yada. It is normal. Like your body releases. Like if you're unconscious, you can't control your body release. I don't know. It doesn't really sit very well with me. I want to hold all that shit in, all that life force in. Um, I've still woke up today with a lot of energy, so I don't necessarily know if it's the same thing. This could all be cope, okay? But that's what I would say. Don't leave the back door open, guys. Don't leave it open. Lose your like attachment to what you're gonna gain from attention in terms of like attraction, etc. And really start to look inside to like what you can attract of substance to your life, like your spirituality, finances, health, physically looking better relationships with family, better relationships with business partners. Okay, there's a lot to it. There's a lot to it. All right, guys, thank you.